All right, so whether or not I'm going to benefit from the creator fund or not doesn't matter. I don't have 10,000 followers, and I didn't know that detail about it. And I've shared and reposted some videos that explain the details of what you need to do to make money off of this. Now, I don't think anybody was putting anything out to be, disingenuous or anything. I really think people are trying to help each other. But I want to propose a counter ideal to this, that we keep doing that, but have we considered that, and I've seen this a bit here, where there are people who have immediate needs now. Like, all of our needs are immediate, but arguably, if you have debt, credit card debt, or another debt you need to get paid off, and it's larger, we'll say above $1,000, or we'll say above $5,000. Obviously, you're going to be stuck with that. So that's more of a long-term need you need to get solved, which needs to be solved, not diminishing that in any capacity. But if you have an immediate need, let's say someone needs $300-500 to pay something immediately, maybe we should look at alternatives to help those people, even in the higher ranges. Have we considered maybe getting people to start a GoFundMe with good evidenced reasoning for what they need? I say that because in any system where you want to be generous, people can try to scam, but let's try to help each other that way. If each person was to put $1 into a GoFundMe for a person, and only 1,000 people are in, that's $1,000 in. Now, granted, there's taxes you have to pay on that, from what I understand, but either way, you're going to have to pay taxes on the earnings you get. But have we considered doing that? I'm going to leave this out there for people to respond to and comment to, because I honestly don't know if that'd be a good idea for it or not. But let's say, you have a problem with your car, you need fixed, and it's going to cost you $500, and you don't have that. That $500 can be a big difference between somebody eating and somebody paying their rent or any number of other things. So, perhaps we do that and you explain what it's for. Maybe do a video on I know you can do videos on the GoFundMe. As far as I know, you used to be able to. Anyway, do it there. Maybe do a video on here. Even if you don't post, just have that singular video here on TikTok explaining what you need and what's going on so people can see that. For me, this kind of came about as one of the gentlemen that I followed and looked at, had an issue with a roof. It's an old roof, and I had mentioned, like, hey man, you need a whole roof. Like, maybe that is something you can get, and I know that's expensive. I understand that, but if we channel people into that, maybe we can direct people as a swarm or a mob, if you will, to help fund some of these things that need to be done. Because with all this debt going around, yeah, I know there's a lot. I don't think we're going to be able to tackle everything necessarily, but if somebody only has, $20,000 in student debt, I know that's a lot. Let's say they've only got $20,000 though, and each person contributed just a singular dollar to that. It would take 20,000 people, right, to do that, unless my math is severely wrong. It would take 20,000 people to provide $1. There are a billion people plus on this app. So we don't even need like 1% of that to help out. So making that happen, we would have to have a way to organize, though, to keep track of kind of what's going in. Sure, there's the GoFundMe campaign that would show you, like, hey, this is happening and stuff, but a way to keep track and say, like, hey, these goals are being met, or maybe require the content. I'd say content creator, but we're asking for people who don't create content to do the ask, right? They would have to maybe upload a video saying, hey, here's where we're at, guys, and show a video of, their GoFundMe where it's at. I have debts I would love to pay, but I would not put myself first in this. I'm not going to do that. I feel like that'd be wrong. Somebody else needs more than I do. Granted, I have needs, and from my backstory, I've been unemployed for almost 3 years now, because the market where I'm at is horrible. It's really everywhere, and I've told this story before, possibly the employer that I worked for is blackballing me, so it makes it very difficult. How am I getting by? I run a resale business that is barely making it because that market is saturated, and I have a very supportive partner who is barely making it, but we're making it work. So yeah, I've got needs, and it's difficult, but I feel there are people in better need than I am. And people have talked about food issues and stuff. While it's great to donate food to people in the immediate if they need it, we need to be looking at long-term ways we can help people, whatever that is. We need to start digging into that, because we're not getting help elsewhere. So anyway, I don't want to make this too long. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think the GoFundMe approach would do any good? I wouldn't recommend Venmo or Cash App, as those are tracked differently, and that could potentially lead to scams. I know there can be scams on GoFundMe, but I think it's a little bit harder to do, and there's a reporting system within GoFundMe to help with that. But that'd be more for immediate needs. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see what we can do.